Welcome to the Bible Forum. I want to ask you a question. Who owns your children? There's been a growing concern over the last 50 years or so, primarily as the Christian school movement gained popularity. No one was or is concerned about Roman Catholic schools. They've been around longer. They're viewed as another form of the public school. But this thing called Christian schooling, that's another story, isn't it? Here in the United States, we are not yet, socialists. But we want to be. The signs are there. Each generation for the last 2 or 3 have leaned in that direction. Even now, they are overtly oriented that way. If the so-called liberal socialist wing of politics ever gets the upper hand, we're going to find ourselves dueling with the same issues the Europeans have had for decades, and for the same reasons. Here's a case in point. Recently, the European Court of Human Rights issued a ruling supporting a decision by German authorities to demand parents relinquish their children to state socialization in public schools. This accompanied by the right of government to remove those children through methods including police battering ram assaults on the family home to make sure that it all happens. This stunning verdict comes in the case involving the Wunderlich family, on whose trials WorldNet Daily has reported over the years. WorldNetDaily.com. It was August 2013 when the first overt assault occurred. At that time, 4 children, ages 7 through 14, of Dirk and Petra Wunderlich were forcibly carried out of their parents' home by police officers. I told you about that in those days. Those officers had arrived while the parents were homeschooling, and they were armed with a battering ram to knock down the front door. Dirk's quick actions and seeing the officers out the window and noticing their attack preparations and opened the door, preventing the actual physical attack. But his children were taken by the government, kept in detention for several weeks, and only later returned. However, the end result was that the government refused to give parental authority over the children back to the parents. Now the court has taken another step towards state ownership of children. Now you do know this is what socialism is all about, right? The state is everything. The individual is next to nothing. Should the state be on the other side of the issue, it would be a different story. But it's no longer an option. It's now a decree from the German government, which the Court of Human Rights is supporting. Now keep in mind, it's human rights, not human autonomy, not human choice. Very important distinctions. Welcome to our brave new world, a phrase coined by Aldous Huxley in his novel, 1932, made into several movies during the latter part of the 20th century. A world where citizens conform, or they are re-educated, eliminated. A world where some citizens are able to escape and must live their lives the way they choose in barren and or faraway places, always with the threat of discovery and severe punishment. Today, were a movie made like this, the heroes in the movie would be Huxley's villains. The recent elections here in our country found outspoken socialist candidates telling you exactly what they intended to do. And the majority of them got elected. I know, in liberal states. But you see, that's the point. Once you switch over to a more liberal view, there's no end. It becomes more liberal, even more liberal, even more liberal, even more liberal. Eventually, it's socialist. Eventually, after that, we're communist. The government owns you, owns your children, owns your property, owns your life, and it can do what it wants. Germany is on that road. Europe is on that road. And here at home, we're on that road. It matters whether you vote more than it ever did before, and it matters how you vote. Don't vote personality. Vote for your country to remain free.